while the war
Was there something that reorganization
directly in front of you on the ground.
bellied up. We quit when it's out of season and the war makers just keep making the war. So what we're trying to do is sustain a sustainable peace movement comparable to the war making and return to places like this and put our convictions for peace on the line. And we were quite correct. Peace movement is pretty much bellied up.
Thank you.
And we're trying to refind our ducks and get out here.
Thank you.
Well, welcome all friends, and welcome to the Polk County Sheriff's Department, the Iowa State Patrol, FBI, whoever else might be here. Welcome all.
Okay.
This is their home. I can't. Many of us were here. At that time, we were told that the Donald Rumsfeld, Secretary of Defense, told us that he thought this whole operation would last weeks, not months. And now the numbers of deaths of Americans are in the hundreds. 6 Iowans. The numbers of Iraqi dead are in the thousands, uncountable, and increasing every day. No end in sight. We were told that we would find 2 things when our troops entered Baghdad. One was weapons of mass destruction. We haven't seen those. Another thing we were promised was that our troops would be greeted with flowers, welcomed by a grateful, liberated populace. The flowers have not materialized either, elusive as the weapons of mass destruction. And instead, the people of Iraq are living in fear of our troops. The most amazing thing has happened, that Iraqis are wishing Saddam was back. So horrific is this occupation. Last Saturday in the paper we read about the Black Hawk helicopter that was shot down. 6 American troops died. Tragic loss. But in retaliation, U.S. troops with Bradley fighting vehicles went through the streets of civilian neighborhoods, shooting at buildings of suspected insurgents with heavy fire and machine guns. Lieutenant Colonel Stephen Russell said, "This is to remind the town that we have teeth and claws and we will use them." Collective punishment. Since then, we have the Operation Iron Hammer. Creating the next generation of terrorists. Six months ago, back in March when we were here, our troops were going there. There are now close to 3,000 Iowa troops from the Iowa National Guard stationed outside of the state, many in the Gulf, many in Iraq and Kuwait. 16 of us were arrested last March. Those of us who were arrested went to trial, and a very high-ranking member of the staff here at Stark Armory was testifying, a lieutenant colonel in the National Guard. Are there troops from the Iowa National Guard taking part in the war in Iraq and the occupation of Iraq? His reply was, "I do not know." Are you aware, are any of the Iowa National Guard troops in harm's way?
Yes.
Yes.
Lieutenant Colonel Johnson said, "I am not aware of any."
Whoa.
This place was revealed in that trial as a factory for churning out cannon fodder. And our best and our brightest, the generosity and the courage of our young people is being wasted and disgraced horribly. Another thing that came out at our trial is Lieutenant Major Grunwald, who's in charge of security for Stark here. When he talked about our demonstration, he referred to us several times as the enemy. The enemy. The enemy is not just Ba'ath Party insurgents in Iraq. The enemy to this government, not just to Major Grunwald, but to his Attorney General Ashcroft, Secretary of Defense Rumsfeld, President Bush. The enemy is American citizens doing what the Constitution says that we ought to do, petitioning our government. American citizens with signs, singing songs, handing out leaflets are the enemy. There's a war not only going on in Iraq, there's a war going on here against our civil liberties. We just witnessed an outrage. Our sister Carla arrested, without warning, stumbling across this arbitrary line painted on the grass, this line in the sand. Carla, by the way, was arrested last year photographing our group and our arrest. She took part in no act of civil disobedience. She disobeyed no law. She was acting as other people were, taking pictures as a member of the press. So this continues. It's a long haul for our brothers and sisters in the National Guard, and it will have to be a long haul for us here. Iraq is a country with many problems. Its biggest problem now, though, is a U.S. occupation. We demand that the United States leave now. We demand that the Iowa National Guard comes home.
Bring them home now! Bring them home now! Bring them home now! Bring them home now! Bring them home now!
Sally Frank of the Drake Legal Clinic.
Woo! It's important to realize and identify what it is we're seeing out here. This is an attempt to intimidate. It's an attempt to scare. They know they don't need riot gear. They know this is a non-violent protest. That even if some people cross a line, they know that it's a non-violent group. What they're hoping to do is that by your seeing the riot gear, you'll be afraid to come, or you'll be afraid to come back again. They want to overwhelm you with their numbers. At the trial in July, the head of security for the Guard, Major Grunwald, testified that if somebody did get onto the base and said anything to any of the soldiers, they were ordered not to listen. That's
People playing devil's advocate might say it's a little insensitive.
Oh, that's
What's your response?
The best way to support our troops is to make sure no more troops die. And whenever we send our troops in harm's way to risk their lives, we do it mindful that they only go there because there's no other options left and that we are on the right side. And the loss of 6, as I understand now, Iowa Guards persons is a tragic loss. It would be a tragic loss in a just war. It's doubly tragic that the war is not just. And the most honest and decent thing we can do as Iowans and to support our Iowans who have left the state to fight in this crazy war is demand their return and that we get out of Iraq.
Numbers of the Guard to tell them that they have a right to disobey legal orders and to ask them to stay home. We show our support for them. As you see, though, we've got flanks of sheriff's deputies and riot gear.
Fear, you will be arrested as well.
God bless you, Carla!
Yeah, it's what it means to be free in America!
You can
Unbelievable.
Thank you, dear!
Jiminy.
Come on, you guys, get real over there! Jiminy Christmas! Get real! Get real! This is America. Sorry.
old and strong. She goes on and on and on. You can't kill the spirit.
This is our private group.
Guard property is marked by the pink line painted on the grass directly in front of you.
Let's gather, folks. Come on over.
You do not have permission to conduct.
Are we reaching ready?
We are rising up, and our spirits are on fire. Brothers and sisters, spread your wings and fly higher. We are rising up, and our spirits are on fire. Brothers and sisters, spread your wings and fly higher. We are rising up, and our spirits are on fire. Brothers and sisters, spread your wings and fly higher. We are rising up, and our spirits are on fire. Brothers and sisters, spread your wings and fly higher. We are rising, are on fire. Brothers and sisters, spread your wings and fly high.
Woo! 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 Yeah, we just do a head check on the folks who are planning to get arrested and done the training. Sherry Hutchins here. Rita Hohenschel here. Ed Bloomer. Woo! Chris Kahn here. Elton Davis here. Josh Plank. Where's Josh?
Yeah.
Here. Stephanie Simler. Smeltzer here. Jesse here. And Carla Dawson's already locked up. If there's anyone else who's interested in joining this illustrious group, please talk to me at this moment while we go on with the programs.
Holding signs, trying to hand out leaflets, singing songs. This is obviously a response, over the top response to nonviolent citizens trying to exercise their constitutional right.